Hey guys, this is the review of the Traxxas XL-5 Stampede two-wheel drive, and as you can see, this isn't completely stock right now. I have original Stampede tires on it right now, and the original Stampede body with that little thing I did to it. But all the mechanical stuff pretty much is stock. Take this body and show you. This is our pretty basic setup. Got your XL-5 brushed EC waterproof with low voltage detection for LiPo packs, your Traxxas waterproof receiver box with a 27 MHz AM radio, your Titan 12T motor 550 size, which is kind of a piece of crap, your oil-filled Ultra socks, which are actually great, and then you have your high torque waterproof steering servo. This is their second best steering servo they make. Underneath the car, have your nice big strong A arms, your shocks, your thin chassis, your servo saver, steering, and your little bumper. And I've had this car for about a month now, so you can see it's in pretty good condition right now. And my biggest problem with the thing was its tires, actually. The stock tires are these good looking big chrome Talon compound whatever tires, but as you can see already, it's coming off, and I've already glued these down again, and they just keep coming off, and they are foam filled, and if you run at all in water, they get completely soaked up, heavy, bog down the car, and ruin everything. And yeah, the tires come off, and they're just a pain in the butt, you know? So I put these regular, original Stampede tires from the XL1 model, the first Stampede ever made. They kind of look like the Monster Jam tires, and they're much softer because they don't have foam inserts in them. That's water you can hear. So there's no foam to soak up the water and heavy them down, but they're also nice and soft to give you a lot of traction on dirt. And they're really good tires. I really like them. They look awesome too. I also noticed that these tires are, well, they look grippy, but they're really not. Off-road, these tires are definitely much better. These ones don't do too well. And on the street, it was weird because these gripped a lot better on the street, thus making my car flip a lot more. But these tires tend to let it slip a bit. So the Stampede actually handled really well on the street, even with my soft suspension setup. As you can see, I moved all the positions to the inside to give me more travel for off-roading. So right now it's a pretty good car for almost everything. I've gone to a few tracks and taken a few jumps with them. These cars are pretty dang good, actually. Especially with this suspension setup, it soaks up the bumps nicely, perfectly. There's lots of travel, lots of room for everything to go. And the only thing I did manage to break was one of these caster blocks, which is a known problem for the Stampede. They tend to, just the kingpin in there snaps and then snaps the caster block. But it's a cheap fix, it's not horrible, they don't break incredibly easy, but if you hit it right, they will break. And just to note some things about the XL5 model is these plastic camber links, which you would think are pretty flimsy or, you know, break easily, but I've yet to ever break one. And I've had quite a few XL5 Traxxas models. As you can see, they have them there. So I don't think there's any point in upgrading them. The one thing I don't like is the bushings. Maybe you can see those, probably not. The bushing inside the wheel hubs make these not the smoothest trucks, which is kind of annoying and bogs down your motor, and with these motors the last thing you need that is bogging down. I normally run the 7-cell battery packs on these. It runs, you know, decently. Could use a little more speed. So I threw in my Venom 3S LiPo because this has LiPo cutoff. These speed controls are supposed to be only able to handle 9.6 volts, I think. But speed control was fine. Heated up a little more than normal, but not anything dangerous. The motor was even able to handle it. You just gotta watch the temps pretty carefully, because these will heat up and die, and there's nothing you can do about it. The main thing is the brushes in there will wear down and start grinding, and your motor's gone. So you gotta make sure you lube them up nice and well and keep, you know, any debris or rocks from getting in there. Especially if you go off-roading at a beach or something, all the sand getting inside that will definitely ruin your motor. And you gotta be really careful about that. But the whole chassis is nice. It's a very old model, as even with my original one, so you can see back there, they're generally the same. I like this truck very much. It's fast, it's fun, and it's great to start out. One thing too, the reason why I placed the body, this is the original body it came with. These holes where the clips go and the body posts go just rip and destroy and kind of messes up the body. I've ran this body maybe 3 times and it does that just from flipping over a few times. And this body, the holes are completely fine. And this is well over 10 years old, even with that big back tire and, you know, weighing it down. And again, the shocks, I love these shocks. I don't see why you need aluminums really. The only thing you might want to replace is the shock caps with aluminum. They pop up a few times. I've had that happen to me before, not with this truck, but before. Transmission is brushless ready in case you decide to put a brushless motor in it, which would be terrifying. These cars are already wheelie popping with the 12T motor. 2S batteries don't seem to do too much in performance wise in these cars. I've ran a few of them. Definitely longer run times, but not much more performance. A little more torque, I think, but you're fine with 7 cells. 3S if you're daring and can risk blowing out your motor. But I don't recommend changing the gearing at all, because that'll heat up your motor and ruin it. It's fine with the stock gearing it comes with. And that's about all I have to say about this car. It's a good car. I'd definitely recommend it. Thanks for watching.